Hello people, I hope you are great. My name is JJGM and this is the history of the iPhone. Remember everything we reviewed in the previous video, and if you don't remember, I invite you to watch this video. There we talk about the launch of the first iPhone in 2007 and how the brand evolved until the iPhone 7 Plus, a device that brought for the first time the two cameras, reason why it will be remembered. But it's time to continue, and that's why I'm going to talk about the iPhone 8. Great device that was presented in 2017 along with the launch of the brand new iPhone 10. As new, it brought us an even higher price compared to the iPhone 7, costing $699 in its most basic version, with a 6-core processor Apple A11 Bionic, much more powerful than the quad-core processor of the previous generation, and much less type-based storage, since this will be the first iPhone that will bring as minimum storage 64GB. All this in an aluminum and glass body very similar to the iPhone 7. But come on, it was a totally new device, since Apple clearly does not bring us the same thing every year. Along with the iPhone 8 was launched its much larger version, which will grow from the 4.7 inches of the iPhone 8 to 5.5 inches. This new iPhone will not only grow in size, but also in price, costing $800 in its most basic version, which will bring us the same powerful A11 Bionic of the iPhone 8, along with 3GB of RAM that will ensure a more fluid multitasking performance. Two cameras like the iPhone 7 Plus, and as you can believe they were not the same, as these had improved quality and new features thanks to the artificial intelligence, 3D touch, 4K recording at 60 FPS, and a new body that, unlike the iPhone 7 Plus, will be made of an aluminum frame with a glass body that will be really beautiful. This will add some weight to the new device of the brand that will increase to 200 grams, being the heaviest iPhone so far. And the crown jewel will be presented at the same event, the iPhone 10. With a notch, two cameras in its basic version, and an even larger 5.8-inch AMOLED screen with higher resolution, Apple will finally stop selling us the same thing every year, and will bring us the best iPhone by far, which will leave behind the Touch ID but will bring us the new Face ID, which will change the iPhone experience forever. A much larger battery and the same i11 Bionic accompanied by 3GB of RAM. All this in a much more resistant stainless steel frame along with a glass body, which will come with these new colors that I really like at its launch. By the way, if you are liking this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll give you an iPhone 9. Now we come to the iPhone XR. Launched in 2018, a year after the iPhone 10, it is the new iPhone of the people, paying back by its incredible amount of sales, this thanks to a price of only $749 that offered us the design of the iPhone 10 with a larger screen with a lower price than the iPhone 8 Plus, with the disadvantage of having a single camera and a lower quality screen. But let's not forget that the 10R will feature the new Apple processor more powerful than its predecessor and a wide variety of colors, reminding us of the late iPhone 5C in this aspect. Along with the launch of the iPhone XR was presented the new iPhone XS, which will bring us the new iPhone A12 Bionic processor along with an improvement in RAM memory, increasing to 4GB. It will keep the stainless steel along with the glass as manufacturing materials, also maintaining the same price of the iPhone 10. $999 in its 64GB version. The screen will also be the same and will bring a new gold color. It should be noted that this will be the first iPhone with storage up to 512GB. A lot. Now it is the turn of its bigger brother, the iPhone XS Max. This iPhone will pay great honor to its name, as it will be the largest iPhone launch. But the Max will not be only in its size, but also its price, which will be $1,100 in this most basic version of 64GB, breaking the record of the most expensive iPhone. At least this one will bring a bigger battery, as it will be the first iPhone to pass the 3000 mAh mark. Otherwise, we will not see significant change with respect to its smaller brother. For 2019, Apple will present its renamed iPhone 11, which will have a price of $699 in its basic version of 64GB, the new A13 Bionic processor and the same 4GB of the last generation. However, we will see a downgrade in the screen, which will lower its pixel density from 463 to 324 pixels per inch. Apple will again maintain a large battery of 3110 mAh, making it the iPhone with the longest battery life so far. Apple will return to aluminum frames with glass body, and will bring us a good variety of colors, ranging from green to pastel yellow. Tell me in the description which is your favorite. In my case, I love the pastel green. Along with the launch of the iPhone 11 will come a much more pro version. The iPhone 11 Pro will come with a price of $999 in this basic version of 64GB, a smaller screen of 5.8 inches of AMOLED technology, and higher pixel density, a body made of the same materials in which will change its redesign, as Apple added a new camera for a total of 3 cameras by adding a telephoto lens. In all other aspects, it remains very similar to the iPhone 11. And now we move on to the most pro and biggest model of 2019. The iPhone 11 Pro Max will be the most powerful device launched by Apple this year, with a 6.5-inch AMOLED display with a pixel density very similar to that of the iPhone 11 Pro, the same processor and RAM memory configuration, and a huge battery that will touch the 4000 mAh, achieving a really incredible autonomy. Its manufacturing materials will be the same as those of the iPhone 11 Pro, also bringing exactly the same colors. In 2020, Apple will break its record by launching a total of 5 phones in the market. And we start talking about the second generation iPhone Special Edition. And yes, Apple came up with the idea of reviving its bestseller in 2020. In 2020, Apple will break its record by launching a total of 5 phones in the market. And we start talking about the second generation iPhone Special Edition. And yes, Apple came up with the idea of reviving its bestseller in 2020. This phone will come in the same size that we miss so much since the iPhone 8, the 4.7 inches with a screen very similar in technology and resolution to that offered in this phone. In addition, we will sacrifice the RAM that will be cut to 3GB and the same A13 Bionic processor offered in the last generation. And another thing that will be sacrificed will be the battery, which will be only 1821 mAh. And about the design, well, it's clear, it's an iPhone 8. And for the same year, Apple will launch the new iPhone 12. With a price of $799, it kept the 64GB as base memory. It broke a 6.1-inch screen with which Apple will premiere OLED technology, plus the first 8-core processor in an iPhone and 4GB of RAM. And this will not be the only improvement, as Apple improved its charging up to 20 watts and kept a battery close to 3000 mAh that will give us a good autonomy. These will be the colors with which the iPhone 12 will be launched. What do you think? Then we have this more pro version of the iPhone 12. The iPhone 12 Pro will be launched with a price of $999 and will increase after a while 3 years the base storage, offering 128GB as a minimum. With a screen identical to the iPhone 12 in literally every aspect, and an identical battery, the iPhone 12 will increase its RAM to 6GB, which will increase its performance for multitasking. Apple will also bring back the coveted stainless steel frame in this beautiful design that will be inspired by the old iPhone 4. Also, this iPhone will improve enormously in the photographic aspect, bringing us a total of 4 cameras: wide angle, super wide angle, telephoto, and the new LiDAR sensor, which will help in the autofocus of the camera and in the portrait mode. Finally, some innovation for Apple. Also, as Apple was getting us used to, it launched a larger version of the iPhone 12 Pro. The iPhone 12 Pro Max will bring us the largest screen we've ever seen on an iPhone, with 6.7 inches on its high-quality OLED display. $1,099 in this basic 128GB version, the same hardware configuration as its smaller ceiling and a 3700 mAh battery. In the rest of aspects will remain very similar to the iPhone 12 Pro, and is that it is an iPhone 12 Pro, just bigger. And that will not be the only thing in which the Apple brand will innovate that year, as it will launch a totally new device. And I don't know who came out with the idea, but Apple came out with a new iPhone of only 5.4 inches, which will be called iPhone 12 mini. The iPhone 12 mini will be released with a not-so-mini price tag of $699, a base storage of 64GB and a variety of good-looking colors. We will return to the 2 cameras and 4GB of RAM, since the price has to be lower from something. We also return to the aluminum frames with glass body without losing the great performance that brought us the new 8-core processor from Apple. Now we jump to 2021, the year in which Apple will calm down a bit and only launch 4 phones on the market. And we start with the iPhone 13 mini. And yes, the formula of the mini phones worked out for Apple. This new mini phone will increase its base storage to 128GB, while maintaining the $699 price of the last mini. In addition to bringing the new Apple A15 Bionic processor, it will also bring 6GB of RAM, which will guarantee that its performance will not be mini at all. All this stocked in a nice variety of colors that differs slightly from the iPhone 12 mini. Now we move on to the middle child of the family, the iPhone 13. The iPhone 13 will hit the market with a price tag of $799 and a base storage of 128GB, a 6.1-inch OLED display, the same processor and RAM memory as its smaller ceiling along with the same set of 2 cameras. All this in a body of aluminum and glass frames, and the same colors of the iPhone 12 mini. Come on Apple, I was expecting some other change. And yes, with the launch of the iPhone 13, the more powerful, more expensive model was also introduced, the iPhone 13 Pro, with a price of $999 in this base model of 128GB, will bring a 6.1-inch OLED screen like the iPhone 13. But it will not be at all the same, as it will bring us for the first time the 120Hz to Apple devices, which will give us a fluidity never seen before in these devices. It will also bring back the subframe and glass body with 6GB of RAM, so you can play Fortnite smoothly. In addition, again, we see the configuration of 4 cameras that we had already seen in the iPhone 12 Pro, and will ensure us to have a camera of supreme quality. And finally, the icing on the cake. The $1,099 iPhone 13 Pro Max with 128GB of storage will come to us with its large 6.7-inch screen, with 120Hz to guarantee us a phenomenal experience in multimedia and gaming. The same stainless steel and glass body that we saw in its humbler version and the same 4 cameras setup. All this power in this very sober color configuration, with which Apple will close the bar until the next release of its new generation, which you can see by clicking on the video that appears here. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to comment, hit the like button and subscribe, because all this motivates me to keep bringing you tasty content. Bye bye.